Stop worrying yourself, daddy. Yeah, man, I left like come like.
Okay.
Big up yourself, my general. Up, low life kid in the house. Buck 16 team remain. Sri Lanka took on a visa for God, I'm inventing and you so much money. 1.5 million the money on a offer. Okay. Game, you know, see that? Game,
I remember
people
about it.
money.
I see him do it.
Oh, them are going live. See what I'm do it.
They slash your top 5. Octane, I put him at number 6. He has one of the best shots in the game. When he's on. And like T was saying, it's a more long-range map. So for Steenie in map 1, couldn't do as many good things because Octane
boss. Up.
And then you have Saints 2. They're two of the best players in the game, and that's why they took game 1.
So United on the back foot after your first hard point. Now we go into search.
Yeah, I did it, my boss.
Going in, knowing the map. What did you think was
Now watch the block up.
when you look at these two squads?
We invite him, but him left.
Has the advantage.
I mean, all you
Now watch the block up something live, dog. Yeah, but on a block up, it's a infinite warfare.
strong moments, they have their very weak moments. One thing for sure, Puggin, I didn't expect Silly to go nearly 10-0, I think it was at one point.
Now live streaming from my channel.
It was a very, very fast 3 rounds as well. You look at Octane, again, yes, in the respawn, he's been fantastic, but again, it's that S&D. LG, they've always been a little bit inconsistent at S&D, and we always said they win 70% they can win every tournament.
And the thing I love to see from United is when Silly had that momentum, they did a great job of snowballing that to get that 5th round under their belt so quickly. They got the 2 streaks, they invested 2 streaks into the round, which can be very risky at times.
Oh, they put it on full screen.
But the fact that they do take that 5-2, that swing round is most important. You're going to go up 5-2 all day, every day. That 4-3 would be way different.
Sensor, I gotta ask you about Silly in particular, because when you look at this United team, for some reason, he seems to be the guy that you forget about at times. You think about Clayster being the hype man, you know there's twins. Silly, he just went off in this game too. Strong search and destroy player.
Silly has been he's been a great search and destroy player. I played with Silly personally back in Black Ops 3 for a little bit. He's always been awesome at search and destroy. I think he gets a little bit outshot by his teammates. You know, we have Clayster on the team. Obviously, that's going to be outgoing. Christini's one of the best players in this game, and I think it's because of his attitude, which is the reason why people don't really like to give him the credit that I think he deserves. But when it comes down to play, I think he shows up, and he's already won an event on this game as well. So Silly is a great player. This team is rolling, and I love the way that they play. I think that they never hesitate, like you're going to see in the uplink next. You see them just throwing the ball right at the point, making sure they're getting the points.
Hey, what's up?
Not hesitating at all and winning their gunfights. They're a great team.
Well, you want to talk uplink? I got some uplink highlights for you. Let's show them on screen here. TV, walk me through this uplink here. We're on front. The SMG.
A competition, I mean, I'll be a million, the man, I'm going to win much millions.
Getting that 5-0 lead right off the rip on a Frost uplink, which is traditionally their weakest uplink map overall, at least from what we've seen when Clay's been
Devrex, what's up?
Champs Clay is here, I guess. He was absolutely shredding with the E-Rad, ending with over 30 kills.
It's a live tournament we are going right now with Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Orlando.
You have a lead in uplink.
It's a live tournament to know watch right now, you see me?
Slow the game down. Play it whatever.
The top 16 tournament team in the world.
First sword place to join
The tournament live on our watch right now.
kind of admitted was uplink potentially really good map for that. They said, you know, we we're still working out what goes on. Play, you know, he was that natural ND4 player, used the K-bar now and again. Well, we're putting an E-Rad in his hand and we're seeing him on, you know, 30 kills. He's got the most kills on his team, and that's on a Frost uplink. It just all went right for them. That first minute really set the precedent for the rest of the game. And United, they look like they're flying towards that winner bracket final.
And it started with Prestige. He started the game off getting 2 consecutive kills. I think Luminosity didn't get a kill in their first 10 engagements. I think Luminosity started 0-10 as a team. And
The combination of the jacket and the blue strip shirt looks like face sensor.
Having a smart player like Clayster and Silly's very traditional smart player.
Just me can go up with them.
This team is going to be
Yeah, my team, of course, yeah. Yeah, that person have field center, even in the middle. Down there. My field center, supposed to have up. No, yeah. So over the field clank, but my clank when me reach like optic. Because I rate optics come, you see. Optics come by my boss.
Very consistent throughout the past couple months.
Or Scumpy Optic, anyone thing you call him, you see.
Winning stuff. The fact that he's able to have a good game, shut down
yeah, man.
Frost. I actually had LG in this series as my prediction.
Optics come for the real boss,
man. I saw this, the Frost upling going into United's favor. I knew it was over, really.
Like, no, them a play them, no, man.
That's the map that I counted.
Yeah, man, them on the play night, man.
If United's taking that,
yeah.
The throwback to him, too.
As we take a look at some,
yeah.
I think one of the biggest shockers for me was looking down at the scoreboard and at one point in time.
No.
29 in 15. He had some amazing.
Yeah, man, Omi rifle.
But then his twin brother outshot.
Yeah, I go on live stream this look here. My son start playing some game.
Drops the 40 bomb. The Twins, they're playing like we saw back at Atlanta, back at Dallas when they went to back-to-back championship events.
Me invite him already, you know, but I don't know him. Him join and left.
Luminosity, a top 5 caliber.
Captain, I deal with my general captain. They get like them, boss.
Something that I did predict. One wins.
And I do got this time, brother. I do got brother this.
I again actually agree with Team. I had Luminosity.
It's a do got brother. I know do got.
The way that United kind of played.
It's a president.
Wins in the respawn. It was fantastic to see. This team can go all the way. For me, we're seeing them in a top 3 position minimum at CWL champs.
And I know we call that a classic, after game 3, but game 4 he did have a much better game. Overall, it just doesn't look like we're getting the same slaying squad out of Luminosity. Doug, thoughts on Alpha before we go over to the Bravo match? Who would have thought that Clayster's not like the main guy on this team? You could say it's Silly and Search and Destroy. You could say overall this is just a great team. And you've seen it in the past with taking out Optic, they ended up winning the tournament. You see 2 years ago, Denial took out Optic in round 1, they ended up winning the tournament. Luminosity is a team a lot of people had going into this tournament, winning the whole thing. United comes out, pretty much smoked them 3-1. Maybe they're going to win the tournament too.
Here's some fun stats for you guys. When you look at all of the players in Search and Destroy so far throughout this tournament, Silly after 3 games, he's sitting at.
I'm going to see my boy upon this. Optics come, what going on?
Everyone in the tournament.
The Optic gang there.
Is this top 5 shocking to you, TV? You look at these numbers.
The Optic gang must be there, because most of them on face are go against them on it.
There are a few names, like Silly being in the top, I guess, is a little bit uncharacteristic, but overall, when you have games like this, the main stage, you're dropping, what, 12 and 1?
Anybody join my lobby a while ago, I'm not playing a game, and I watch the live, something going on around.
It's nice to see Silly up there, even round 2. And so
that may I pray, is it? May I pray what else it want tonight?
You've been a Fnatic fan forever.
Yeah, man, Optics come. I'm a boss, dude. Optics come.
Yeah, they really did. We've seen one set of twins of United. We go to Fnatic, we see Scraps and Wuskins, and they had a fantastic start. They started on the half point, and for me, this was kind of the map which decided the series. It didn't actually turn out that way. We'll get to that. But Fnatic, they really stepped it up, and for me, one player in particular, it was Tommy. Tommy, all season long, has almost been in the shadow of the twins and Sonny being that objective, but it was him who stepped it up in that first respawn. But after that, we went to Crusher S&D, and I'm sure people will vouch for this. I will always make any team on Crusher S&D. They got stomped. 6-1 to ALG. Going into
Captain, may I get a rundown and make a note for this? What's up and tell us some info for this?
Could not even score 1 point.
Team, this Allegiance team, this is a squad we went into the last chance qualifiers for the North American region, and we said, all right, who's coming out? We definitely expect to see Rogue. Probably going to see Project Evil. ALG.
Definitely on the radar. I mean, throughout the open tournaments, the MLGs throughout the year, going back to Atlanta and Dallas, these guys have been performing well. And those open brackets are a huge gauntlet nowadays, much more competitive than a few years back. The fact that they're consistently able to make it out of those into groups and perform not the best in groups, but still putting up competitive battles versus a lot of these top teams, it's not really surprising. It's kind of especially throughout the groups. Where I said they made playoffs, right? But I knew if they were in a different group, I didn't really have a lot of faith with them.
Yeah, man, I know team master do this.
Sounds sort of mean to say, but I placed these two teams on similar levels in terms of being competitive.
Now, when we watched the group stages for ALG, I thought that Nova, he's having a breakout performance, maybe the star
star player to come from all the LCQs. Was he the guy again for this Allegiance team? Who is performing?
Nova had a great series, don't get me wrong, but for me, map 1, Believe had a 1.92 KD. He actually lost that map with that 1.92, believe it or not. And then from there, it was really looking at Mayhem and Nova. Mayhem was kind of heating up, and we talked about Mayhem obviously teaming with the Twins last year. They don't have obviously, you know, the best COD champs. However, this year, maybe a little bit better for themselves, going a bit further, obviously, in the bracket. They find themselves now in a winner bracket round 2. And of course, Fnatic, they were technically that seed 1. So for these guys, they may be looking at this as the dark horse of the tournament. ALG, watch out for them.
I just got word from our producer. We have plenty of games going on today, and we have one available right now. Let's go to a live look, and this is Mindfreak Black, the Australian hope in the tournament. One of the last. The 16 teams there going up against Enigma 6. Just jump right into this one. It's 157 to 119, and it looks like Mindfreak Black, they are starting to mount the comeback. Zeppa, he was a star in group stages, a little bit shocked to see him at -7. Setsi, though, is picking up the slack, team.
Yeah, most definitely having a quality game thus far with this E-Red, it looks like, but E6 have a very solid setup here at the back towards Hangar. Should be able to get the majority of this intro time. There is the flood coming in from Mindfreak Black, though. Some very, very favorable spawns towards the back. Let's see if they can break in and make some sort of noise. Zeppa with a huge 2-piece.
Zeppa's helping break in. Keep your eyes on these Enigma 6 players. Now, Doug, you've been watching Enigma 6. You used to play against some of these guys. They weren't 18. They weren't old enough to come to COD champs. Now they are. They're in their first ever Call of Duty World Championship. Who are the players to look out here from our blue team?
It's got to be General. Every time I watch Enigma 6, General always has the best KD. He already has 20 kills, leading the scoreboard in this match right here. I know General was hungry. He had his breakout year in AW. I think they knocked out Optic in one of the tournaments in a winner's bracket match. So he's been around for a little bit now, and this is his time to shine. And he's making the most of it. Every time they have the screen on, he always has the most kills on his team.
Royalty was the newest addition. He replaced M. Ruiz on this team. He's been playing at a faster pace, but when we saw Royalty have a fantastic group stages, Proto kind of disappeared. Throughout this tournament, the question for me has been, is Proto going to show up? Currently, he's right there with Royalty. Both players playing very fast Cade. He's not massively negative. This is when you're going to have your best games out of Enigma 6. Are you guys surprised, though, to see Mindfreak Black still staying close in Respawn games?
Respawn, absolutely. I think the SMDs they can definitely take against teams like Enigma 6. But when you look at that Enigma 6 lineup, the likes of General and Royalty, for me, those are the kind of the players that will just light that fire and make Enigma 6 that better Respawn team. I'm going to be quite critical, though. Proto, for me, the reason that they are in this position against Mindfreak Black, he didn't have the best series against Splyce. You know, that he needs to turn up, he needs to redeem himself, and to make any type of a run in, you know, this whole tournament, he needs to step up now. He is 20 and 21, so, you know, he's going level, but he's not good enough when you're not picking up the W's. For now, though, it's okay. He's 20 points ahead.
And, of course, this is a loser's bracket match. One of these teams will be eliminated here on day 3. Camo available for Mindfreak Black. They're down by just 15 points, and you could see this game go either way. TP, key to success as the game closes out. How do you win on Scorch?
At this point in the game, you really need to focus on this rotation towards this back turbine. You can see in the minimap there, numbers 3 and 4 going on a huge flank towards this bottom lab area just to try and lock down those spawns for the next hill. The pinch is coming in. Looks like they will be able to clean up the rest of the players. Setsu, though, he does have this camo, the payload ability in the back pocket. I really like to see him go for those streaks. Right as I say that, Proto takes him out, though.
Big attack coming in here from Proto. Swift Azor getting shut down once again, so it's Enigma 6 with the better positioning. Those purple arrows all the way across the map, so the real fight is going to come down to the turbine. Keep your eyes on Cade, player number 4 on your mini-map. He is going to be in a key position. Can't let anyone get behind you, Momo.
Yeah, not at all. Good to see, though, Mindfreak Black. Obviously, the one Mindfreak team getting out of the groups and into this bracket. You know, these guys maybe have been in you know, the shadows, if you like, of the main Mindfreak team. I know they're behind us just supporting at the moment, which is good to see, supporting their fellow countrymen. But right now, Hopi, he needs to step it up going into this last segment.
And Hopi, he's double negative, having a tough time. He has over a minute of hill time, but you need the kills in the final few minutes of the game. This one was within 15, now just 20 points to go for Enigma 6. Doug, do they do it on this hill?
They're going to lock this down. They're not going to lose a second on the hill. It's actually surprising me because Mindfreak Black, excuse me, they put up a pretty good fight so far. I mean, it's not over, don't get me wrong, but I think E6 is about to close this one down.
13 points to go. You got a camo available. Proto is going to save it for the Hangar smart move.
Yeah,
Most definitely. You want to save it right there.
You need that time.
Yeah,
because if you give away those 10 seconds right there, you know, they only need 3 more points, and at that point in the game, it's so easy to get 3 points. It's impossible to hold a team to not getting a point. So every second counts right now for Montfreet Black.
Zeppa has to play this one perfectly. No FTL to work with, no payloads to speak up for Mindfreak Black. That fight from Proto at the top should seal the deal. 5 points to go now. The camo's being popped.
Enigma 6 in game number 1 is going to go up over the Australians, but it's still within 45. Keep your eyes on MFB. The last remaining hope for Australia. They've always been a threat here in search and destroy.
As the series goes on, how big of a favorite is it?
Yeah, the World League.
I think they're
Call of Duty going on Ireland right now.
You know, Mindfreak Black, and you know, where do you kind of count
a live stream.
the world in the global rankings? You know,
Hakeem, we are dealing with Hakeem, big up.
Above them, Enigma 6, you know, I put them in that kind of top 12, top 16, if you like.
Dog, I'm going to play for 1.5 million US.
We said about Mindfreak Black yesterday, just focus on stealing 1 respawn. The worrying thing is, that might have been their only chance.
Didn't get it there on Scorch. Now you got to win an uplink.
Game number 4 before you get to that final search and destroy. Plenty more games to go. We want to catch you up on where we stand. Of course, 32 teams opened up the tournament. That was 2 days ago. Here on day 3, we had 16 teams entering the winner's bracket. Now we're down to just 8. Optic Gaming going up against Splice. Is this a close series coming up, team? It's tough to...
Yo Chargy, send me a top 5 gameplay you want in it.
I want to give Splice a lot more credit, but I feel like they've just been very, very flat lately. I think if they can come out today, or like they did today, tomorrow versus
Chargy, you now joined the World League.
Like you did today, in my opinion. Need to try and steal Search and Destroy from Optic Gaming. Make this series go as long as possible. Try and get Optic Gaming, you know, in that first match today. That's when all these teams are going to be, I guess, at their technically weakest. So that's the only chance they got.
And Momo, we saw there right underneath, FaZe Clan versus Infused. It reminds me a little bit of Fabi last year. It was like, oh my goodness, we have Splice, we have Fabi, we got Europeans all over the bracket. They could match up in a winner's bracket round 3. Any chance to get past FaZe?
It's a very slim chance. Yes,
there's always a chance.
One day, I'm a team I got world champion, of course, Hakeem.
Anything can happen, but
yeah, man.
They're going to be the hot favorites to find
one day we are going to do some, man. I win them money there, you know?
You've got to give Infused a little bit of credit just for getting here. They've got Robin S&D. They've taken down Rise over today. And what they'll be doing,
world champion. Them place. I tell you about what the Dapper man said. That's how for them and back, my dog.
Even watching the games of Optic and Splice.
I tell you about, man.
You know, if we do
we have a big, we have a pitch up the youth.
We'll have to wait and see.
Dapper, Chargy, Predator, Barcode, 1 game in.
In our third matchup, we have
the team I got big enough because Venom I got Unite.
Legions here. We knew
Ruthless Gaming. Blood now squad we can got all under in the youth.
Now you get ALG.
I wish part to keep the next time, you know.
Doug, is this a cakewalk now for you?
I said anyway to keep the next time. Them can't believe say be a Jamaican this youth.
United is the heavy favorites, and like I was saying,
the Bars Predator lead out the squad. The Bars Predator lead out the squad.
This was the future match. So
that was second in command.
They beat Luminosity pretty
don't know charge of the promoter, you know, I'm not bad like them man there. So I'm a promoter.
They're gonna have to play.
Yeah, I'm afraid them back. You see them two bad they will call Dapper and Predator the boss. Let me call it, man. Them are bringing United. Them get so bad, you know.
So Team Doug just said that he thinks that
you have them, man.
getting past First Gaming.
Right now, we have 4. We have a nigga named Predator, Dapper, Venom Pro, Ruthless Gaming, and a youth named Barcode. Them white boy they are the least old. That's why I watch them thing, I watch how them play. Yeah, man, you know, I call Ruthless Gaming name, man. Ruthless after Unite, man. I call Ruthless, I call Predator, I call Dapper, I call Barcode. And who else me call again? 1 game in.
Can continue what he did, completely decimating Cloud9.
Yeah. I don't know charge him 6 already. I have some other players who go back up the team because I don't know the thing.
That's going to be a hell of a matchup.
There we go. That is your winner's bracket. Of course, it's double elimination. We have the losers bracket. You saw the first match. It was Mindfreak going up against Enigma 6. Here's how the rest of it shakes out. Straight ripping Rise Nation. Are you kidding me? This is losers round 1. One of them will be knocked out.
gaming and Warrior Legion.
Yeah man, Optic Gaming I go on good at them me I bring.
Fnatic, they want to round
Optic Gaming me I bring at it, cause Optics compare my board that.
coming in with a whole new
Boy, Optics compare, you know. Crazy Jimmy, we are dealing with Crazy Jimmy. Oh, Captain, me I send you a video I edit last night with Keen Master.
Can't place top 16 on a contract, can he? Well, he could. You think it's going to happen, though? I don't think it's going to happen. I know Cloud9 got outplayed by Ghost. I think a lot of that had to do because Lacefield was really just, he had a fire lit under him and he just wanted to be Pat. And Lacefield is a player who can turn up when it matters most. But I think Cloud9 is going to win this. I don't think Ix is going to go home just yet. He's going to make a final push. He knows he has one more opportunity because he has this next match. He's not going to just throw in the towel and just quit.
We are going to be closing out the day with that Cloud9 Epsilon battle. But coming up next on your main stage, it's Rise Nation. Now they get a chance at redemption. They're going up toe-to-toe against Straight. Going anywhere.
Alright, this will start working in 4 minutes time. I go and play 2 games till it start back. Captain, I send a video it alone. Next 4 minutes time, this will start back. Alright. We will play next. What is that to the schedule? 10 o'clock, that gone already. Them boy are going to play next.
Team Envious.
Team Envious supposed to, them what time now? 1 o'clock gone already. Supposed to the one of them my base are play, no? Next.
Rise Nation.
Yeah, supposed to them to play the next match. Alright, the one above them. E-Unity. Supposed to them are going to play the next one, isn't it?
Oh. Okay.
Alright, when it start back, welcome to the feature. I'm not playing uplink, I never do them thing upon uplink.
Young you log on the stream and no creating group.
Oh, I forgot man, my general, I see it. When the waiting start back, we jump back man, I see it. We have 4 minutes left, to be exact.
So you're charging?
Up.
You would do a money making spree, although you have money already.
Up on Grand Theft?
Yeah man.
Not nice. Yeah, killer them I see I invite my friend.
Charge.
Up. Yo. How go on?
If you do that, you see me I play Batman, I play Battlefield dog. See a Battlefield me I play my house.
I'm rich as well.
You send me an invite man. I invite to send me man.
Yeah dog, so I invite to come play one buckler back up brother.
Dog, but there was a
dog,
play
nothing man.
Nobody not said.
Brother, you see Battlefield go on a world championship brother.
5 million?
1.5 million US brother. Me I tell you brother. So you know 1 million plus 500,000 US. Cloud.
Let me say, you charge you sit down this and do this, so what go on?
Eh?
Oh, you sit down this and do this, so what go on?
Oh, I sit down here and do this?
Yeah, what go on?
Oh, yeah, some there. Some reach, so you see me?
You better be here to train. Don't waste my time.
Wanna go now, Kevin?
Keep up,
charge, when this done?
Up. Bumble at the time I run quick. 1 minute left on this start, you know, dog.
Kill me, you can play the game.
Wicked. We are the new boss, Jizzy. Big up yourself, you know, my general, Jizzy. That part, them world championship you for that part dog. Pumba, that part you too much money up on them thing that part. Pussy class. That's picture where I come back a yard with the whole of the winnings there. ER on stage and all of them people that get part of the airport youth. You see me? And them can't believe say you a game dog do that youth. Them place out for the dog. No dog, how you gonna start them things out there, man? It go on out there about the underground, you see me? It's not really big like them things, dog. So look at 20,000 and 30,000 much going. Them match are millions. You win them match and come back here, they're rich. One tournament they're going on rich, you know. Pussy, you hear me? I tell you, man, they're general.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Bucket Momo bringing you the action here from the losers bracket. This is the first elimination match of the day. Here on Alpha Straight Rippin', going up against Rise Nation. And if you look at this Rise squad, you see so many familiar faces from the Call of Duty World League Championship. Aqua, Vicento, these are guys you expect to see
on day 3, day 5 in this case, going from the Championship Sunday back to another top 4 finish. Yeah, absolutely. Rise Nation, last year, obviously a little bit of a different squad, but they were going all the way. On the flip side, though, Straight Rippin', an organization that has joined obviously this year.
Yeah, I mean, I deal with my general. Yeah, man.
As well. The thing for me, the probably not so funny for Rise Nation. They went to bed yesterday.
Yeah, Bad Skull, you make the WhatsApp group. I make you make the WhatsApp group, isn't it? I send I make you make the WhatsApp group. I get the number, them and forget them. I hear what dog, we have a group on the game already, dog, isn't it? So we can communicate through that group loud up on the game. And every man have WhatsApp in the dog, that me there mix, and every man use WhatsApp, is it? But every man we know use on game, so we can create a group on the game. You can have the app on you can download the app on your phone. So when we have the group on the game, we can send pictures, we can text and everything through it, save me a voice note or everything, you see me? It's better that way if we do it that way, you see it. And every man use WhatsApp, dog. So we can create and probably have to create a you don't have BO3, boy, you start then mother that we have Grand Theft alone, you have. You have Black Ops dog, cause right now we think I get big from the Black Ops now. Them places will soon reach, brother.
On the other side, it's all Big Daddy Temp. Let's stay on board with the young.
You don't play with it from now, you can't go come and play with the dog, no man.
You saw him on Retaliation with this weapon in hand, the NV4. It's a little bit slower fire rate on the.
You don't have to have Black Ops here, we still can create a group who communicate too.
Temp, he is working on the streets, already has the Scarab, and of course
that's we're not sending unnecessary text in the group, man. No, cause I'm not play right now. I'm going back on the streaming thing, cause I start back. I'm going to play man on stream, I'm going to stream that thing.
It's easier to get me.
Study, Ricky getting in the mix, traded out by Felony, but once again, Straight Rippin', they're getting the better of Rise Nation in the early stages of this.
Fine, so better. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's hard find and I kill a kill. When I go in a spot where I go, it's fine, go up, you see me?
I did the
But you had Vicento, he was behind 2 players. If you don't have Ricky picking up the kill on Vicento, who is flanking,
okay.
Instead, this is going to be
Rise Nation, dog. Man, I beat Rise Nation wicked.
And look, Looney was 1-6%.
Man, I beat Rise Nation from the hard point wicked. 87 for 16. Rise Nation reach them rich. See score go. Boy, them gone now. Hard. Rise Nation reaching at the hard point. You
look at Temp's hill
time.
On the other side, Vicento leading the charge at 27 seconds and counting.
No plug. Next side, push out next part. If I play a PC game, I'm not on a PC at my boss. I try to work on a computer, isn't it? I work on a PC, isn't
Once again, the duo locking down the hangar, and they will pick up almost every single second. Now the question is, who is going to win the race to the drill? They've already sent 2 Rise players. It's going to be Felony and Vicento in the next gunfight.
Yeah, man.
So reach on this drill hard point. They're going to get Great picks though by two players. One's Dashi's, one's Study. However, Dashi
no, I don't want that tonight, boss. Because I'll show you something on my edit. No, but I don't want that tonight. Because I'll show you a look at
talking to this hard point as well. Drill is pretty open. You think that, yes, you can use your Trinities. No one has that right now. You can lock this down. However, talking of Trinities, Looney is on his way. 4-kill streak, 37 seconds in the hill. He's getting himself back into this game along with his team.
Looney knew how important that
up. Raheem Williams, they are dealing with Raheem.
That's why you saw the Scarab going out first. You gotta scout, make sure you got a safe play. Fortunately, no one looking out that window. He could have been shot in the back. Instead, the gamble pays off. You got streaks for Rise Nation. You brought it back within about 25-30 points. You could even take the lead here on this next hard point as we go back to the bridge.
Most definitely. 10 living at the height. The first hit double digits for straight ripping. However, Aqua, Felony and matching and better. Looney hitting that objective, as you can see, with a second left.
No, I'm not have none with GTA yet. Yeah, please make a video. Make a video and send it. Make a hit. I'm download and send it from video.
He's on his way for a second set of streaks in.
And I love watching Looney. He has been alive for over 2 minutes now, over a minute of kill time alone. And he is just winning those ERAD battles. Finally, it's Study who puts an end to his streak. Your scoreboard, though, it was back within 10. As you see, Rise Nation in 99.
Yeah, but everything government money. You hear that much there, they don't know. I'm charging their bill. I stream from Orlando live. You see me?
Playing scrappy, picking up the final last seconds and just going back and forth with squads.
Oh, Rise Nation and get back in there. No, sir. Right now, I thought the man want to play. If Rise Nation play hard, I don't feel like Rise Nation will get back. Yeah, man, straight ripping a go. See them are going right. Although that could one them score a goal. Rise Nation calm down. Man, them are Rise Nation can calm.
The question that you really need to ask is, can Stray withhold the damage of someone like Looney when he has streaks? He might only be 10 and 9. One thing the Straight Ripper might not know is that he actually has those in his back pocket to use. The question is, when are they going to be used? We're looking more towards Drill. Right now, Rise Nation
on the move again.
Back into this game, right here, right now, on the turbine. They're locking it down.
Straight, they struggle at breaking. We'll see. How do they try and collapse in on the hill? Well, it's not going to happen. Aqua's going to find two.
Him the pan him up. I read me. Oh, him that right so. Love it. Oh, him that right there. Can I try to read them up as it? See him there.
With 20 seconds left. Felony, the last one from Rise.
Oh, him that over there. Number. I studied him that pan
that all came down to individual gunfights. It really did.
No, the name.
You're gonna have a 3v4 here. You do have the better positioning. Rise Nation, they're going for that pinch. The first kill so crucial. Dashi strikes first. Felony answering back. But Ricky getting in the action now. It's come down to this 2v2. But Felony stepping it up. He's got a 2v4 himself now, working towards that. That hill was under control of Rise Nation. He's just lingering in the back trying to pick something up.
Sticky Beaver trying to get the job done. It's so tough though when you got players from all different directions coming in.
Straight up in and rip them.
How long ago? You look at the mini-map, 2 more players, 7 and 6. It's Aqua and Felony working together, and Felony's eager to get the job done. You have Straight Rip and regrouping. They're all going to try and break through this top door. Is someone going to come down looking at
that was the flash pass bad charge.
For now, going back and forth. It's Ricky.
Truly unruly. Big up yourself, my general, every time.
Picking up kills, and once again, Rise will hold. Last 15 seconds go in their favor, and 2-1, they got the lead now.
Going into the next hill, Rise Nation, they will have this lead. Felony really stepping it up there.
Up, captain, yes, captain.
They're going to work towards that Straight Rip and have it locked down. This is when I want to look at Looney. Is this when the streaks come in? Yes, it is. Here it comes. Bombardment's going to push them into either the back building or and that's what he's going to clear out.
Right, so on that reach, alright, then my boss, Mother Road, I want to see if we can reach 100 today. I want to see if we can bring it to 60.
Yeah. Go on to see
I want to see if we can reach 360 today, yeah?
Felony trying to hold it down once again.
Like one.
Like he did in the hangar, not going to work this time.
I just have to man him.
He has 2 more challengers. This is my time for Dashi. Dashi here to support now. Started getting aggressive.
He's going
to search for Dashi.
Oh, go on, an error occur in the following application. Call of Duty Black Ops checking